Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for checking the video out today. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover today. So do me a favor before we dive into these topics. If you end up enjoying this video or finding it informative, be sure to leave it a like. And if you are new here to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button as well. We're starting here talking more about Armored Core 6. This is Fromsoftware's next title that's slated to come out sometime in 2023. We have more information on this game. Speaking during an interview with IGN Japan, Fromsoftware's Hidetaka Miyazaki and Masaru Yamamura revealed that the upcoming Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon will not feature campaign co-op. Furthermore, Yamamura-san revealed that the game's story is seen as something of a soft reboot for the franchise. So this is exactly what they said. We are thinking mainly of a competitive multiplayer mode, as in past titles in the series, players will be able to show off their own aircraft and have fun competing against each other. On the other hand, in the story mode, which is the main part of the game, we have chosen not to include cooperative play because we want to emphasize the dynamic action, the free running of your aircraft, and the active changes you make during missions. We are focusing on the intense experience that can only be realized in single-player mode. The story is completely new. There is no direct connection to past Armored Core games, but a new independent story and setting. So there you go. If you were eager to get even more information on Armored Core 6, these are some pretty, I think, important, pieces of information to be getting from software. Hearing that the game's going to be single player only, no co-op, but there will be a competitive multiplayer mode, and the fact that the story is basically going to be a soft reboot. So let me know your thoughts on that. Next up, we have a pretty random story, but I just figured I would share it with you guys. Apparently, there was a Goat Simulator 3 ad that was taken down because it actually had leaked GTA 6 footage in it, and it was actually requested to be taken down by Take-Two Interactive. Reading from PSU, it says an advert for Goat Simulator 3 showcasing leaked footage from the GTA 6 leak has been issued with a takedown notice from Take-Two. The tongue-in-cheek ad featured an NPC known as Sean, among which superimposed the character into some B-roll footage from the GTA 6 leak, which obviously didn't sit well with Take-Two, which owns Grand Theft Auto developer Rockstar Games. Needless to say, the ad's YouTube life was cut short, although it's hardly surprising. One has to wonder why Coffee Stain Studios included the GTA 6 footage knowing this would happen. And based off of all the reactions that I could find online for this, it seems like people are looking at this as some kind of like high-level troll from the studio, and I gotta admit, it is pretty funny. I mean, yeah, I'm sure they knew that this would happen, but it's just not something I guess you would expect to see in a trailer for a relatively successful game series, right? I mean, Goat Simulator is obviously not GTA, but it's still relatively popular, and I guess this is just what they decided to do, so let me know what you think about that. Next up, we are hearing that Microsoft is now also apparently being sued by gamers for its planned Activision Blizzard mega deal. Reading from WCCF Tech, they say from the looks of it, Microsoft has to deal with another lawsuit, as the company is now also being sued by a group of gamers over its planned Activision Blizzard mega deal. So first we heard that they were going to be sued by the FTC, but fast forward 2 weeks and Microsoft is now also being sued by several gamers who feel that the planned $69 billion deal would give the company an unrivaled position in the gaming industry. As such, the group of gamers wants to block the planned merger. The antitrust lawsuit against Microsoft, not Activision Blizzard, was filed in San Francisco yesterday by a total of 10 plaintiffs who claim to be playing multiple Activision Blizzard titles across mostly different platforms. While some of the plaintiffs only use their PlayStation console to play Activision Blizzard games, others also claim to be using their Xbox console. Quote, Microsoft already controls one of the industry's most popular and largest video game ecosystems. The proposed acquisition would give Microsoft an unrivaled position in the gaming industry, leaving it with the greatest number of must-have games and iconic franchises. So yeah, this is apparently a thing that 10 gamers decided they were going to do, and to be honest, I don't think it really means anything. I can't imagine Microsoft is sitting here worried about these 10 gamers who filed this lawsuit. Obviously, Microsoft is very concerned about the FTC as well as other regulators, but I guess in a very small way, this does just kind of add on to that. I mean, it's, a bit of a pile on here. So Yeah, if anything else comes of this, I will be sure to let you guys know. I just figured it would be worth mentioning. Next up, though, we have some interesting information for the Gran Turismo series. First of all, apparently Gran Turismo 7 sales apparently beat Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok in Japan. From PlayStation Lifestyle, it says just yesterday, God of War Ragnarok beat Elden Ring in the PlayStation Blog Game of the Year Awards, but it seems like both lost out to GT7 in terms of sales in Japan. While the sales figures only represented physical games, GT7 managed more copies sold than the other two games put together. But continuing to talk about Gran Turismo and sales, apparently we have a pretty significant update coming from the studio, Polyphony Digital, where they revealed that the GT series has surpassed 90 million copies sold, and this is being revealed to celebrate the series' 25th anniversary. Reading from Push Square, it says GT, arguably the most iconic PlayStation franchise of all time, has surpassed 90 million units since its inception. As the series celebrates its 25th anniversary, creator Kazunori Yamauchi, who remains a force at developer Polyphony Digital, revealed the milestone in a reflective PS blog post in which he recited his origins at the firm as it sought to gain a footing in the lucrative console market. He says, "I started a movie production club when I was 14 and had been producing movies, so I first joined Sony hoping to create image products, but the department they assigned me was not what I was expecting. It was a department where the PlayStation console was just about to start, and it was a place where PS1 designer Ken Kutaragi was working feverishly to bring the concept of PlayStation to life." Yamauchi had ambitions beyond racing games, pitching all kinds of projects like RPGs and even puzzlers, but eventually he settled upon Motor Toon Grand Prix, a fantasy racer with bright and colorful graphics which would go on to become one of Sony's earliest first-party PlayStation games. Quote, "If a plan for something other than a racing game had been the one that was approved, there's a good chance that I might have been making a title other than Gran Turismo today," end quote. So yeah, I thought that this was just some really cool insight into the studio, obviously the beginning of Gran Turismo, and hearing Kazunori Yamauchi talk about how maybe he would have ended up making a different type of game, which certainly is interesting to think about. But yeah, Gran Turismo selling 90 million units in total. It is the best-selling PlayStation franchise to date, which is pretty crazy to think about, certainly impressive. And I think it's a title and a studio that I think deserves a lot of credit and a lot of respect. So there you go. There's your big update on Gran Turismo. But moving on from that, we have some good news for anybody in Europe who was hoping to secure The Last of Us Part 1 Firefly Edition for PS5. Sony Interactive Entertainment has announced that The Last of Us Part 1 Firefly Edition will launch in Europe on January 26th, 2023. You can pre-order the Firefly Edition of the game now at PlayStation Direct. The Firefly Edition was previously only released in the United States and sold out pretty quickly. I figured I would just let everybody know about this. It's one of these things where better late than never. I'll be interested to hear if any of you from Europe are actually planning to pick this up or not. Moving to the next topic, we are finding out that more upcoming PlayStation 5 games are getting wishlist pages on the PlayStation Store. So reading from Push Square, they say it's not just Marvel's Spider-Man 2 getting a new PlayStation Store wishlist page. Upcoming PS5 exclusives Rise of the Ronin and Stellar Blade now also have their own listings on Sony's storefront. The former went live today while the latter was uploaded yesterday. The pages allow you to wishlist a game on your PSN account, thus keeping you up to date with any news and pre-order updates. While Marvel Spider-Man 2 has been confirmed for a 2023 launch on PS5, the new wishlist pages aren't an indicator that Rise of the Ronin will arrive next year. In fact, Rise of the Ronin is already set for 2024. However, Stellar Blade does have a 2023 release window attached. The information stored on the two wishlist pages is basic, simply revealing the genre, publisher, and an overview of each game. Rise of the Ronin reads, after 3 centuries of shogunate rule, the black ships of the West descend upon Japan's borders, and the country falls into a state of turmoil as a masterless samurai, a Ronin, take up your blade and shape the course of history in this open-world action RPG for PlayStation 5. Meanwhile, Stellar Blade asks you to save humanity from extinction in this electrifying story-driven action-adventure made by Korean developer Shift Up exclusively for PlayStation 5. Experience blistering combat and a twisting storyline as you unravel the mysteries of Earth's downfall. So, Yeah, I mean, again, it's not like a major update for these games, but in case any of you wanted to wishlist these games, now you know. And I gotta say, like, between these two games, I'm much more excited for Rise of the Ronin. This game, the trailer kind of blew me away and took me by surprise with the last major state of play we got from Sony. So I really can't wait to get more information on this game or see more of it. But I know many of you are also very excited for Stellar Blade as well. And so, yeah. Rise of the Ronin, though, not coming out till 2024, so got to remain patient for that one. But moving on to the final topic, we have some, I think, really good news for God of War Ragnarok. Some people might be maybe a little bit disappointed, though, to find out how long they're going to be waiting for this feature to be added to the game. It was confirmed by Santa Monica Studio that New Game Plus is coming. However, it's not going to be coming until spring of 2023. They posted this just a couple of hours ago as of the time of this recording on their official Twitter account, saying, "We know many of you have been asking, so we're happy to confirm that New Game Plus will be coming to God of War Ragnarok in spring 2023. We'll share more details once we get closer to the release." So yeah, this is, I think, some good news, as I said, for Ragnarok. Some people, I think, might be a little bit disappointed, feeling like, that's quite a long time to wait for New Game Plus mode, but there's a couple things here with this. Number one, the fact that it's going to be coming a while from now, I think that's a good sign that it's going to be a really good New Game Plus mode, one that will certainly be worth maybe going back and checking out. But on top of that, I imagine it's not the only thing that's going to come with this spring 2023 update. There will probably be some other things as well. Maybe not as big as New Game Plus, but you know how these big updates for Sony single player titles go. There's usually more than just one thing that they bring to the table. So yeah, figured I would let you guys know about that. I know a lot of people were hoping to get confirmation of a New Game Plus mode. So let me know if, by the time spring of next year rolls around, will you go back to Ragnarok and play New Game Plus? I'll be interested to see what you guys have to say, but that's going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it informative. Leave it a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.